Patrick, hello. I thought I'd send you a brief video because I was walking along thinking about your question. You know, the question that you said, if you could ask a question to the universe, to the I Ching, to this, the power, I guess, of Tao, the power of God, would be maybe another way of putting it. This eternal flow of life in all its conflicting and balancing dimensions. And you came up with a real humdinger, as I was walking along, I was kind of thinking about it again, and I was thinking, oh, bloody hell, I wonder what it's going to say in response to this. And so your question was something like, you know, because we were talking about, you know, this being the Book of Changes at that very simple level, and that's really what life also is. It could just be called the Book of Life. Like everything you need to know about life is in this book, because it's the Book of Life, the Book of Changes, which is life, in its good changes and not so good changes. So I was thinking about your question, which is essentially, how do we, this is my interpretation of it, or sort of my paraphrase, because I haven't got it on me, how do we kind of harness the everything of this, you know, this sort of vastness, right? Bless you, Max. Gesundheit. Gesundheit, Max. Max having a bit of a hay fever moment. How do we harness the vastness of this into our own dimensionality, into our own human dimensionality, even though, you know, on a screen it really looks quite easy. You almost like, I'll just, here we go, I've got it. Now I can do anything. Now I can be as vast as this. I can, you know, when we say do anything, I mean do anything within the confines of the screen. Max is doing lots of stuff outside the screen, but you can't see him. And as I was thinking about this, I thought, well, it might be fun to like sort of do the hexagram, do the casting now, because I was thinking about it. I felt like I was in the mood for casting the hexagram. And I thought, well, where can I do it? And I was walking along the path, and it was quite a dark path through the sort of woody forest patch. But as if by magic, right? I saw a little like clearing to the side. You had to slip through some trees, and then suddenly you come out into this vast space. And I don't know if you can see me above. It maybe doesn't show up that well on the video. You've got these lines, you've got these like, you know, kind of like 6 lines, almost like the lines of the hexagram. It's actually power cables. And I thought, wow, this feels like a very auspicious place, because it's like man trying to harness the power of electricity. And forgive me, I have a very rudimentary understanding of what electricity is, because I didn't actually study, you know, physics beyond, well, I don't think I ever actually have studied any physics. So I thought it was incredibly auspicious, this place, the lines, and the way maybe the sun was shining through the clouds, that kind of occlusion, also this sort of power almost of, well, when the clouds part, the sun can get through, but maybe the sun also needs to make it needs to have its presence felt. All of these things were kind of going through my mind when I looked into this field. So I thought, right, let's do it here. And I brought some coins. I had some coins with me, because I always carry, you know, just these 3 coins, 3 20p coins, which you can do you know, one of the ways, quicker ways to do this divination, to cast the hexagram from which the divination comes. So let me get a pen and a piece of paper, because what I thought is we'll cast it now. And then are you enjoying the view there? What did I do with my pen and my piece of paper? Okay, here we go. I thought, yeah, we'll cast the hexagram. And when I say we, I mean really just this space, which is clearly the space. You know, you've got, it's something about power, it's something about harnessing power, so as to use it, well, for whatever you want to use it for, but I mean, you know, ultimately for good, for God, right? That would be harnessing power. So, because then you're just sort of feeding it back into the system again. Right? You harness the good, you harness the God, and then you, through some exertion, Max, please, no. Max has smelt the venison treats that are in the bag. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Max. Yes, a little bit of respect, a bit of quietness for the divination. I have the 3 coins. I'm going to throw them onto this. I wonder if the camera will pick it up. Oh, pick up. This is like a magic trick. It sort of is a magic trick because this is the universe manifesting a kind of core wisdom for us in relation to this question that we're both interested in for different and maybe also similar reasons, because we're both idiots, right? You and me, and I mean everyone. But you know, we're willing to recognize that. And you know, it's like the person who says, you know, yes, I'm a sinner. You know, even if I'm not, I don't think I'm like doing terrible sins. I kind of, there's something in me that I know is sinful, and there is something in me that is divine. And between those two poles we live, the idiots. The idiots particularly are drawn to the sinning pole, whatever that means. Okay, so I'm gonna roll these. Roll? No, that's dice. I'm going to throw these coins, and I'm going to think about this question. I'm going to go silent, and we're going to see what coins land. Okay, here we go. Okay. Wow, okay. So we got 3 heads. So the way it works is that, I don't know if you can see that. I should get one of those. I don't know. The way it works is that heads stand for 3, and that, so they all add up to 9. And 9 is what is known as a yang or a yang line, in the sense that it, well, seeing as you can't see the coins, there's no point in me straining my doddering ankles. 9 is a straight line. It's the yang line, which is, I guess, for some considered the line of sort of strength, maybe even masculinity, whereas the yin line is femininity. But the yin line also is sometimes thought of as action, whereas the yang line is potential, you know, or maybe a kind of power in a way that almost sort of toxic masculinity sometimes descends into, but also sort of a power. So we have the yang line is the first line, but because 3 heads came up, that's special. That means that this line is not a line that's just going to stay there, rest there, a resting line. It means that it's a moving line. So what we do is make a little circle on it, and then that actually then generates the first line of another hexagram, the sort of ally of this hexagram. So, second throw. We need to do this 6 times because, as you can see in the background, 6 lines. Here we go. All right, so this time we've got 2 heads and a tail. Tails count for 2, heads are 3, so 3, 6, 8. 8, the even lines, like, you know, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, even lines. I think of them as almost like the 2 lines walking are the broken lines, because, you know, they are moving, they are... and 8 is an even line, which means we're going to put that on the 2 hexagrams that we have generated from this. Okay. Oh wow, we got the heads going again. So 3 heads, which means another young line, but it's also another moving line. And that's super interesting. Even already it's quite interesting, because that creates our first trigram, and the first trigram, which is the first 3 lines of the hexagram we've just cast, is, I think, yang, yin, yang. I haven't been doing this for long, so I think it's water. I think it's water. Or maybe it's wood. But then when you factor in the moving lines, you then get 3 yin lines, which is earth, because the 3 yang lines are heaven, and the 3 broken lines, trigram, is earth. Almost like this receptive, I sort of see that line running through the middle as almost like, again, kind of like the uterus, you know, from which, well, we spring forth. But also it's a sort of a place where, like, you can drop a seed, the seed of an idea or a dream or an aspiration, and then maybe if it's dropped in the right place and fertilized in this way, it may bring forth, you know, something bounteous. Right, enough pontificating, Steve. Let's go for... so 2 tails and a head, so that's 3, 5, 7. So this is another young line, but nothing moving there. Oh, 3 heads again. Okay, well, of course, it's such a big question. There's going to be lots of movement here, I guess, right? I don't know. I don't normally get this many moving lines, so that already is quite interesting, I think. So this is what? So it's another moving young line, and they're always moving young lines. That would be good to ask someone more intelligent than me. What is there some meaning in moving young lines as opposed to moving yin lines? Because we've now got 3 moving young lines. Okay. Last throw, here we go. Let me just really focus on it now. This is important because this is going to really deliver the answer, right? Well, the answer will come from our engagement with the hexagram. Here we go. Okay, and this is 3, 6, 8. So it is now, it is a yin line. All right. So here's the fun part. The big reveal. Cue can music. No, not can music. What's the music where, I don't know, those old-fashioned strippers that you would see in the 1950s films would finally reveal their brassiere. What was that? That kind of music. Okay, that music is playing at the moment. Just imagine it's playing. Because I'm looking for my phone so that I can look this up. I didn't actually bring my... I usually carry the book with me, but here we go. You know, it's my new little Bible, so you've got to carry your Bible with you. Right, okay, here we go. What did I say? Please don't knock over the doodad. All right. So let's look it up and do the big reveal. And then you can go away and look this up online. But Max, or Ponder, or I don't know, get a I Ching. I'll send you an EPUB version of it if you like, and have a read, and then we can reconvene. So which one? Let me just open up the book that's got the little, right? That's what you need to find. So when you've done all your hexagramming, you need to then, unless you have memorized all 64, you need to get one of those. Well, I'll just send you a screenshot of that. And then of course you can, yeah, and then you can look it up on in the book or online, or watch a YouTube video, or just sit in nature and be inspired by the image, by the lines. Okay, so here's the big reveal. Here we go. So the first trigram is yang, yin, yang. Yang, yin, yang. And then I go across to the upper, so that's the lower one, and then the upper trigram is yang, yang, yin, yang, yang, yin, yang, yang, no, yang, yin, yang, and yang, yang, yin, yes, yang, yang, yin, okay, yang, 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 yin, and yang, yin, yang. And that's 49, hexagram 49, which is, interesting, okay. A hexagram came up for me today, 48, which is the well, but I don't think I looked at the one following on from it. Let me just, I'm trying to make a note on the screenshot I'm sending you. Okay, that's 49, right. And then the other one is yin, 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 the three you know, earth as opposed to heaven, yang, 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 yin, 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 and yang, yang, yin, 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 and yang, 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 yin, 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 yang, yang, yin, and that is 45, hexagram 45. Okay, great. So 49. So let's see what is 49. So I've got my little EPUB version of, Kindle version of the I Ching. Do you have a Kindle, Patrick? You know, I have an oldish Kindle, one of those Kindle Paperwhites. It's quite light. You can use it with one hand. If you're interested in it, I don't use this thing ever. You're well welcome to use it. I could even put the I Ching on it, and then you could kind of consult it just directly from the Kindle if you needed it. If you were into it, but of course you could put anything on this. You could put all the works of wisdom in the world on your Kindle if you wanted. Yeah, so 49 is known as a revolution. Wow, okay. So make a note of that. Revolution. I haven't read it yet, but you can look it up online, or I'll send you the EPUB so you can, I don't know, load it up onto an e-reader and look at it like that. So that's the first hexagram. That's really the first answer, the sort of initial response, let's say, from the universe. Revolution. Yeah. So, but it also in brackets, it's got the word molting. You know, like a dog will sort of molt its old coat, a coat it doesn't need. So even, I don't know, the thing I love about this, these sort of 64 hexagrams, that even in the title itself, you know, you could just sit and meditate on that, I think, just those two words, revolution, and then in brackets, molting. And I think already the universe would just immediately be talking into, you know, probably your right ear or your left ear. I think it'd be talking to your left ear because it would want this sort of more open, expansive part of your mind, the right hemisphere, to really receive these words. We wouldn't want this one sort of going into the left hemisphere. So, you know, it's the part of it that just tells stories about the past and the future. And so that's the first one, 49, molting. And then what did we say was the second one? The second one is 45, which is, oh, you'll like this. This feels like a very Patrick kind of hexagram. Tsui, which is gathering together, or massing, kind of coming together. So that was really, it was like the molt, it was the sort of, so if you want to almost think of it as almost like a poem, like a punch, you know, sort of like kapow, that's like the universe going. It's first going with the ka, it's going revolution molting, right? Revolution molting. And then the pow is tsui. I've probably pronounced that terribly. Gathering together. Imagine like a whole field of people being gathered together to do something, like the trees behind me are gathered together to do something beautiful. Ideally just shut up and enjoy, right? That would be a beautiful gathering. Imagine a gathering of silence. Maybe we should organize that, Patrick, you and me. Gathering of silence, which is just to, I don't know if you saw that creature that flew past. I think it was going to tell its overlords that we've had a good idea. So I will leave you with that, and I am going to do some research, and you do some research, and then we can gather together on Monday and have some wise thoughts. Speak to you later.